Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 24 with the world champion Prague Metropolitans. In our last episode, we won the whole damn show. Amakapane was fantastic. And now our next step is to keep this ride going, if possible. So, let's look at the decisions that we have to make. First things first is what to Vinny Soranzo. Now, Mr. Soranzo has been incredibly useful to us the past two seasons as a really reliable reliever who could even start the odd game. I see no reason why we can't keep him around. So we're going to execute that option and bring him back. Our market size got bigger. We have a new budget. We're going to have some coaching decisions to make. And that's where we are. So first off, let's look at our owner goals. And you'll notice that they want us to re-sign Berthet. I'm not opposed to that, but I don't really want to spend money on it. And the thing is, he doesn't want just a little money, he wants quite a bit of money. He essentially wants a raise. There might be a way to bring him back, but for right now, we're going to have to figure out who sticks around and who is going to be off to a new team. Let's look at coaching first. Let's get our coaching staff nice and set up, and then we can talk about the rest of the deal here. I need a new AAA pitching coach. Harrer certainly isn't terrible. Villa's a really good manager. I still kind of want to keep him for that, rather than promote him to being a pitcher. You know what we're going to do? We're going to fire Pollock right now because he's actually terrible. And then I'm going to promote Villa to manager. Because that's what he's best at. Like, that is his calling card. And Edwards, I'm going to go ahead and let you be the pitching coach in A-ball. Or am I? Yeah, because Lazar won't take the promotion. Lazar will treat it as a lateral move. So there we go. Harrer, let's try to get in a top tier pitching coach for AAA. Looks like there really isn't one. But Vukovic is a pretty solid choice, so I think we'll offer him a deal. Scouting director is the most important position, though. We have to get the best possible scouting director. And David Batistuta is a really good choice. But then there's also Paku Nusic, or probably Nusic since he's Bosnian. He would be an excellent choice, too. I guess the question is, do we want somebody who is neutral, or do we want somebody that favors ability? I think let's go for McDonald. I think he's the best fit for the moment. And then we're going to do managers. I want somebody who's great with mechanics. Cosmin Pentil, you're in. And then we need a pitching coach for rookie ball, and that's where Jean Piero here can have an opportunity. All right. So the first thing I really want to do, because this just seems like a no-brainer, I'm going to offer both Bertay and Ladin qualifying offers. For Ladin, it's a pay cut. I don't see him taking it. Instead, I see him declining it, and I get to get a pitcher. Bertay might take it. He might take it. I don't know that for a fact, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did. I'm not going to offer Fisher or Norton new contracts. They both want way too much money. Kenneth Steuenberg has been solid, and even if I don't think he is incredible, he is definitely worth... Interesting. Very interesting. Let's do it. I had no intention of offering him a long-term deal, but that gets us a really cheap player, and that's always a positive. Linsell Schmitz had a pretty decent season for Prague, but I definitely don't feel like paying him elite money. So we're gonna non-tender him and probably trade him too. Langlet, I definitely want to keep. I think he had a fine season, and I want to acknowledge that. So Langlet comes back. Kirschbaum, I see no downside of keeping him for at least one more year. I think that's a reasonable proposition. I don't need Swartz and Keeley. In fact, I don't think I need either one of them. Swartz is at least a really good defender. But even so, he hasn't been that great. I think this is maybe a place to upgrade. Then again, neither one wants very much money, so we can definitely discuss that. Carlos Jimenez, I don't think is worth even 690 grand. I'll non-tender him. Halil Bajrami is worth a lot to me. I will happily offer him a new contract. A version of Pascal that only relieves might be worthwhile. A version of Pascal that only starts is not. And I think he won't be truly happy unless he gets his chance to start. And since that's not going to come with us, I think we go ahead and non-tender him as well. Now, Marnix Oldenburg is most definitely coming back. He's a really good pitcher, even if he isn't perfect, and I think he makes for a fine pitcher. You know what? I'm going to take this deal too. These guys wanting very small salaries really makes me happy. And that gets us a quality pitcher for a very affordable price. Okay. Is there anybody here I can probably trade and get something decent for? Pascal, maybe, and maybe Schmitz. Let's start by trading Pascal. I have a feeling that Pascal is going to get a bit more attention. And we want prospects, and only prospects. Lionel Olivier is a really good reliever. Somebody pointed out that I guess the pitch ratings don't matter, like the type of pitches don't matter. So that's something to consider. But I do think he's a fine addition to this team. And now let's trade Schmitz. I'd love to try to grab a catcher if we could. But I will look at all players. What if I looked at regulars and asked for catchers? Really? Does fucking Schmitz have, like, no trade? No? Okay. Yeah, I just don't see the point in keeping him around, so I think we go ahead and just non-tender him and have that salary come off the books. A couple people get raises, everybody's happy, and yeah. Anything else I want to do this off season? Increase ticket prices for sure. We've been one of the best teams in baseball for a while now. I think a $2 price increase is very, very worthwhile. What's happening? Oh, it's a different version of the screen. I don't like it. I don't like this at all. What? How did I get here? How did this change? What have you done to my beautiful list? Oh, here it is. Entire organization. There we go. Okay. Problem solved. Whew. I don't make any more player decisions until you get a new scouting director, so we're gonna hang tight on that. A great glove for Kirschbaum and Monomakis and Keeley. Interesting. Keeley's meant to be the less good defender. So I guess Keeley can stick around for one more year and we'll let Swartz walk. I think that's fair. Yeah, it's okay. You got a better contract from somebody else. You probably want... Can you all fucking stop? Like, this is the issue. They're all either have or want major league jobs. It's not about the money. Vukovic, come on, my guy. I will give you more money. The Platinum Stick. Langlet is the only one this season. There's our old pal, Hideo Viora. So Kirschbaum, people are signing contracts. It's great. Let's look at a new pitching coach. Let's go for Roche. And let's offer Caravella the short season position instead of the rookie position. See if that changes his mind at all. I will offer you 15 grand. And Vukovic signed. Incredible. Did I get my scouting director, or is he still thinking about it? No, we got him. Good. The salary allocation is fine. Langlet. Roche wants even more money. I guess 20 grand is fine. Really? There we go. Yvonne Langlet barely won MVP. That's unexpected. Wait, how did Akapane not get Rookie of the Year? That I do not understand. I mean, I guess he had a pretty decent year, but yeah, I think he was much more valuable. I would have voted for him, not just because he's on my team, but also partially because he's on my team. I also think that one guy isn't going to sign with us. Yeah, let's try to get the best mechanics guy we can. Yeah, we can take Leonard Meyer. Okay. Brilliant. Go to free agency filings. Interesting. Berthet took the offer. Amsterdam and Budapest get promoted. The Morgans and the Horsemen get relegated. That is really interesting. I certainly did not anticipate that Berthet would come back, but he did. I know you still want an extension. We can revisit that another time. All right, let's get to free agency filings. All right. So what do we actually need? What is the one thing that would really help the team out? The lineup is pretty solid. The pitching staff is pretty competent. We do need relievers. I probably want 1 to 2 more young starters, which might actually be some combination of Morgan and Bonet. I haven't decided yet. But we've got a lot of young, talented pitchers, and I would like to give them an opportunity. Let's try to... So we're going to need a catcher. We're going to need at least one middle infielder. We got plenty of outfielders. I don't need an outfielder. But I do need a catcher, a middle infielder, and we need some pitching. We're presently going to earn $3 million. So I have some money to spend. Let's look at catchers. I'm not even going to ask Fiora. That's not going to happen. Luis Fouquet is a great example of what I'm looking for, so I think I will give him a contract offer. Done. All infielders. I'm looking for somebody that is at least somewhat talented at hitting, but not necessarily somebody that needs a starting job, because I can't afford them. Let me sort by default, and then we'll go by overall. Okay, Philippe Bonet offers elite defense. There's certainly something to be said for that. Philippe Ann offers little... I mean, Bonet does make a lot of sense. I think we'll go for him. Not for 3 years, though. No, I've changed my mind. If you're wanting a regular starting job, I can't accommodate that. Pagani here seems alright. We can have a chat about bringing him along. And let's look at relievers. A guy like Kurt Meyer is exactly the kind of young gun that I think could really help out our bullpen. And I know he hasn't had great seasons because they keep trying to make him a starter. Or maybe we just get our relievers through the draft and through... Yeah. A guy like him I'll definitely sign. Mr. Boughton here seems like a really good option. And then I can just rely on rookies or Rule 5 picks to fill a couple of spots. I think that's reasonable. Still nobody eligible for the Hall of Fame. That's as may be. Okay. Alright, so next step is to see who might be available in the Rule 5. Are any of my players Rule 5 eligible that I might want to keep around? I don't think so. I mean, I did just sign Boughton, so I probably want to put him on the roster. I guess. Michelle, Arduino. I don't really need another outfielder. Shell Formicino or Formacinho? Maybe. Maybe. I'd like to think we could do a little bit better, though. Mario Schmaltzel would actually be a pretty nice backup catcher. Yeah, let's take him. Eberhard Sauer is off to a new team. I wish him well of it. I think that's probably all I want. There's not really much in the way of decent pitchers, so yeah. I guess Brussels really wanted Victor Perciato there, which is a fair statement. Pagani, you have to go to the main roster because I need that utility dude. Oh, you know what? I ignored that. That was very foolish of me. I think it's a little too late now, though. Oh, no, it isn't. I do get one more opportunity, so that's on me. I should have been paying a lot more attention to that. Let's get the real good ones. I like Fabrizio a little better than Williams. That's who I'll invite. And then we'll run the practice and then try to sign some folks. Rune. There we go. Wait, where are you from? Oh, you're from St. Martin. Okay. You're a really good hitter, but you're a third baseman. You're not a shortstop. This glove will never work at short. Man, Ernesto Soto sure hits the ball hard. Ernesto Takuri seems good. I think Soto's raw potential is so useful that I think it's really helpful to offer him a deal. And then I am gonna bring in Takuri, I think. Or Fabrizio. Fastball slider. Change up. Third pitch isn't great. Not amazing stamina. Let's go with Takuri. Takuri seems like he's a bit more of a sure thing. And then let's wait and see. And perhaps offer some additional money in case either one of them is leery of signing. Let me give you 660,000. So Takuri already signed. So there's no reason. Oh. Yeah, then get fucked, dude. Coronado is a good hitter, but he's not a great athlete. And I think that's the common theme here. Very few of these players strike me as elite athletes. I do want more catching in my D-League here. So let's offer you some money. I'll offer you 460 grand. I will take Lewin if I can get him without having to spend a lot of money. So I'm not going to get either of you two. Let's go for Fabrizio. He would be a very fine choice. How much money did you get? You got $1 million. I'm not that surprised, actually. So how am I doing money-wise? Am I gonna have to cut either of my budgets? It doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go to beginning of certain training. Plus, Fabrizio's a lefty. That might be really valuable. Interesting. Nobody has signed Haddon yet. None of the free agents have signed. I think they're all probably have, like, comically huge ideas of how much they're worth. That is not appropriate. Yeah, get fucked, dude. Alright, so a lot of spring training invitations going out. Morgan, Bonet, Morel, Pekarsky, Barbier. Costigan, I suppose. I would actually be willing to spend for a quality reliever if I could get one without breaking the bank. Norton doesn't want to come back. Goro's apparently costing me some pretty decent relievers. But Angelo Acosta. 1.5 million is a fair bit of money, but he is also a really good pitcher. Wow. Apparently fucking Goro just like takes a giant shit on every player who shows up. I'm not giving you that. Yeah, if you want to sign for nothing, I'll bring you in, but I'm not going to give you even a minor league option because you'll either join us or you won't, and I don't really see too much of a benefit to fucking around with it. Efimov can be called up. Oh no, he only plays second, doesn't he? Let's trade Efimov. Actually, somebody's gonna need a second baseman. Maybe we can get an interesting prospect for him. Really? To get absolutely anybody interesting, I'm going to have to take on salary, which doesn't seem like a great decision. Are you any good, Slavomir? You're a really good infielder. I think you're a perfect addition to this club. Done. And then we can figure out how best to use you. It still doesn't fix the big issue, though, which is, I still would like to get a couple of relievers. We'll figure it out. Anybody else I'd like to give an opportunity to? I'm gonna be real with you. Colandrini is way more advanced than I thought he would be at this time. I'm not gonna rush him yet, but he could be our everyday shortstop in the very near future. Although I know we did just give Crichton Riley, Crean and O'Reilly an extension for a few years. But yeah, Calandrini has a real. In fact, you know what? You get to make the spring training roster and show us what you can do. Hell, if you develop enough, you might even push out O'Reilly now. But probably not, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a lot for him. Mr. Van Sloten, you can be called up. let us advance forwards and do some baseballing. Oh dear, Bob Coles, oh dear. Faber signed with Minsk for $2.8 million. Berthet is gonna miss 5 weeks. That's okay. You know, I wonder if nobody signs Haddon until after the draft. It wouldn't surprise me. Can anything truly wild happen here? Not really. Let's start making decisions. So Berthet obviously starts the season on the IL. Calandrini, how did you do? You did get better, but not by very much. Let's send you back to the minors to work on your game. How many hitters do I have? I have 14. Let's get rid of one of them. It's going to either be Slotin or Krista. No, actually, I'd like Krista a lot because of his versatility, so I guess it'll be Slotin. Mr. Slotin can head on down to the minors. Or we keep Slotin and send down Pagani. That's also possible. Actually, that's a much better suggestion. Let's keep Slotin. Alright, so here's your opening day lineup. It's not as good as seasons past, mostly because of the injury to Berthet. But we were going to have to deal with him eventually, so that's fine. Pitchers. Because Bonet's big issue is control, that's one thing I don't want him to try to learn in the majors, so I'm going to send him to the minors. Pekarsky. Let's see who else is available. Okay, Oldenburg is sticking around. I kind of got hosed on Oldenburg now that I think about it. But it is what it is. Morgan is staying 100%. Oh, this is the rotation. You have Pekarsky, Oldenburg, Morgan, Lushakov, and Amakapane. I'm okay with that. Costigan to the minors, and probably Barbier to the minors. Or Morel? Morel, actually. Let's let him go to the minors, so here we go. The bullpen does concern me. I have some concerns about this bullpen and its long-term success potential, but we'll see what happens here. I should not have given Oldenburg that big a contract. I think he actually declined a bit because he was a 50. And, yeah. Oh, well. Who else has longer-term deals? Who else is locked up for a while? Monomakis is. He could opt out after next season, though. O'Reilly is. Gottschalk is. I'm not sure why. Why are you making so much money? I remember you're that fucker that I thought they'd have to pay for extension 2, but they didn't. The extension kicked in when I had him, so that's on me. Steunenberg and Oldenburg are locked up. Okay. Cool. Let's baseball, my friends. Can we defend our title? I don't know, actually. I'm really both concerned but also interested to see what happens without Berthet. We weren't planning on having him at all, so yeah, we've got some nice players. Man, London, you guys suck. Oh well. Let's get this first month out of the way. And I don't think I get a draft pick now. Oh man, that actually would have been a pretty decent deal. Oh well. Yeah, I think I'm not sure if I get a draft pick because he signed when the season started. Barbier, you dumb fucker. Player development. Oldenburg gets worse. Perrin gets better. Murchison gets a lot better. Bonnet just got a ton better. Look at Armel Marat getting better. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Calandrini is slipping back. That's not a great look for us. I have so many good pitchers in the minor leagues. Maybe we try to move Oldenburg now. Or, I mean, we can try it. I have a feeling that nobody's going to offer him up, though. Because he's making too much money. So, we'll figure it out, though. Berthet is back. Lovely. I'll send down Gutierrez here. Or not Gutierrez. Guzman. And then Berthet returns. Do we want Berthet back? Like, I know it's what the owner wants. But is it what we want? I mean, the man doesn't seem to age. So there's every possibility if we gave him a 2 or 3 year deal that he'd actually earn it. But there's an equally decent likelihood that he wouldn't. Oh my god, you guys are getting really good. Evan Gallagher just took a giant leap forward. And Gavin Miller is healthier than he's ever been. Berthet wants a giant raise. I can't do that for you, my friend. I am unable to do that. How are we doing? Pekarsky is really struggling. What is his issue? He is walking each and every hitter that comes up. I think Pekarsky returns to the minors, and we give one of these other guys that's taken a step forward an opportunity. A Christ-opportunity. I'm thinking probably Bonnet. Let's try it. So Bonnet gets to debut the season after all. The bullpen is fine, which is good to see. Lineup looks really good, except for Kirschbaum. That is a bit of a bummer. That's always going to be his issue, though, right? His problem is if he's not hitting homers, his offense isn't as valuable. And so I think it's reasonable for him to not be the peak of the peak. Steunenberg is DHing now so that Slotin can play third. Okay. I mean, fine. As long as people are getting in the lineup, I don't really care where they end up actually playing. Adam Keeley is playing way above my expectations. I don't expect him to keep this up, but I'll take it if he can. Okay. I don't really think there's too much of a need to mess with anything else right now. Let's advance to the draft. Nice. Yeah, I did not get a supplemental draft pick, so I think, yeah. I think because you waited until the season started, I got fucked over. What a jerk. One last time had to be like, haha, neener, neener, neener. What a jerk. Okay, still 2 premium prospects left. Let's look at Mr. Dumont. He's a really good pitcher. But he's also really expensive. And we're getting to the point where I can't invest as much raw money into the draft. Giovanni Bianchi is almost ready for the big. So if I needed an immediate starter, I think I'd probably go for him. Saip Julia. You're just a really good hitter. Like, really good. I think you're the perfect addition to the Prague Metropolitans. Yeah, Hastings Akron doesn't really do it for me. You're a fascinating kind of player because you play so many positions, none of them particularly well. Maybe I will go with somebody else. Okay, Julius Sproat is a really good all-around hitter who plays a bunch of positions very well. And there's value in that. Cedric Jean. Not a good second baseman. Joel Martin. No. Sima Howling Dan Moljevich. I'm concerned about his secondary pitches. They're not rated that highly. I think... What about Liam Morrison? Stuff and movement, okay control, nice mix of pitches, throws really hard, could even be a starter. I think Liam Morrison's actually a fair pick. I will do the same thing for Matthaus Fowler. That's fine. Ulrich Ankudovic. I will eventually need a replacement for Berthet. But I'd rather get somebody that's a bit more impressive. Danenberg has a value of... Wait, why were you into high school for 6 years? Are you, like, fucking stupid? No, wait. You were born in 2008. You just turned 20, so you were in high school for a bit too long. Interesting. Yeah, I don't want you. You're kind of stupid. I have no idea if that's anything to do with anything, but it's definitely not a great look. I'll give Martine a chance. Why not? I do need somebody that's Czech, so I think Lubomir Dvorak is a fine choice. Let's get it. Let's get that bread. Let's get that bread, gamers. Wilhelm Danenberg is interesting enough that I think we can grab him. We can have a little Danenberg as a treat. Nobody wants him, which is really interesting. Like, he's not an amazing player. That much I completely get. But he's also really polished. And I think that's got a ton of value to us. So I think we will draft him. It's 80 grand for basically somebody who could start tomorrow. And that's quite useful. Bohm is also kind of dumb. But you know what? It also might just be, and I don't know this well enough, maybe European high school is different. I'm not really sure, but I do know that we're going to auto-sim the rest of this draft and get some people signed. I guess one strategy we could try is signing players that have a lower pedigree and hoping that our coaches can get the most out of them. It's not a terrible idea. Yves Picard. I will offer Robbie Ward. I know I could probably just sign everybody. Maybe I should, just to get more organizational soldiers, and just pad out the ranks a bit. Maybe. Yeah, why not? He can't cut my scouting or player development budget now, so I don't mind spending some petty cash to get ourselves a quality rookie class. Okay. Let's sim to the end of the month. Wow, 2 13-run performances back to back. There goes Sergio Gutierrez. See, and you thought I didn't know what I was talking about. How long are you out for? 3 to 4 months. You're basically out for the season. So we'll shut you down. Berthe also might be out. He might at that. And Kudovic, do I call you up? No, I call up Jesus Guzman. That's kind of a no-brainer. Wait, what happened? Jesus Guzman. Wait, what? Who just got called up that wasn't supposed to be? Oh, dang. Marnix Oldenburg is really decaying. Man, I got fucking hosed. I think it had me call up Morel, which is not what I wanted. I wanted Guzman. There we go. Man, I look stupid as fuck right now. And he's also pitching poorly, too. Man, the fuck is wrong with me? You know what? I don't even fucking care. Done. And then one of my other young starters can have an opportunity in the big leagues. Let's do Gallagher, I think. And that's going to turn right around and trade this guy. Like, I didn't even want him. It's not that he's a terrible guy to have, but he's not ever going to be a top-tier player. Let's try to get a prospect for him, really? Okay. We can add him to the 40-man, or 38-man, sorry, and then send him to AAA in case something happens. How long is Bertay going to be out? 5 weeks. That's less than ideal, but not totally unfair. I'm trying to decide between Johnny Jarvie. Plashenko cannot play the outfield, okay. Do we want to do Jarvie or do we want to do Ankudovic? I think probably Jarvie is fine. Outfield used to be one of our big strengths. Now we're really struggling, actually. It's maybe something we have to work out. Something we have to work out, indeed. Player development, Pekarsky, Perrin, Murchison, Stepka Vital. How is Calandrini doing? I mean, look, I know that his ratings are fluctuating, but his numbers look really good. Like, he is hitting, and he's hitting very well in the minors. And sometimes stats matter more than ratings. So it's something to think about. Oh, I got some coaches to decide on. Okay. We're just going to go re-sign the minor league coaches. Who isn't sure? Spraybob is fine. He's not incredible, but he's fine. Alright, now let's talk about the major league coaches. Who is it that you insist on signing? Oh, you want your own hitting coach, bench coach, and base coaches. You literally want everything. I guess I don't get to make any choices. 'Cause you a bitch. Guess what, kid? Not my intention, but you're being thrown in the deep end. Or do I have someone who's actually a decent shortstop here? I mean, Pagani can. Yeah, we'll let Agoro figure it out. We'll call up Pagani to fill in. We're quickly discovered we're not as deep as we have been in years past. We're up to such a huge lead that we're probably fine, but it is worth pointing out that we're not as good as we have been in the past. Amakapane and Gottschalk both make it. Adam Keeley makes it at catcher. Ivan Lenglet makes it, the former league MVP. Mono Makis. And that's it. Pretty good. Pretty good. Old friends Neil Dahan made it. No other names here that I read. Oh, Gavin Miller. He's actually... No, never mind. I was about to say he's actually healthy, but he's not. But he's having one of his best seasons ever. I never questioned his talent. At no point did I ever doubt his talent. What I doubted was his ability to stay healthy. And that is something he has not done. So, I wish you well of it, and I hope you have a fine career. But we got some players from Prague. Very nice. Gabriel Gunter, huh? I tell you what, if you develop a little bit more, you've got a shot at cracking into an outfield rotation one of these days. Got to the trading deadline. This is kind of a weird league because trading isn't easy to pull off. We can look, but I actually wouldn't complain if we could get a shortstop maybe. I have no desire for a mediocre starting pitcher. Thanks, but no thanks. Carlos Crespo is a really good reliever. You're not really asking for anything either. Like, Gavril Babinski, I have no idea if he's going to be any good or not. Probably not, but I don't need Semi Gorkic. And Olivier is a long ways away from the majors, so yes, done. I will happily take that upgrade to my bullpen. Boughton, you go to the minors to make room for Crespo. Yeah, he's a really good pitcher. I'm not going to be able to keep him because I'm not going to invest that heavily in the bullpen, but I am definitely happy that we were able to address that. I feel a lot better about our long-term chances with a quality arm like that in the back of our pen. Old friend Nicodemo Caballero? I don't think so. Dieter Stahl? Nah, I have an all-star catcher. Alex Pereira is fine, but he's only a defensive shortstop. I don't like to be that limited offensively when I can avoid it. Lucioni Petroni. I mean, Tobias Laporte would be lovely. I wonder if I can acquire him. No, because I can't afford him. Truly unfortunate. I would actually consider this, but I would not give him an opt-out. I think that's incredibly foolish, so I will not be doing that. I don't really have anybody at this point that I could trade and save a decent amount of money. I mean, Kirschbaum is probably overpaid for what he's actually providing the club. But I also don't know that I'd get any kind of real upgrade. I think that's my issue. I could trade a prospect, of course, if I thought there's a prospect that was far enough along to get us another piece. Which is, oh, Lushakov, I think, is just making close to the minimum. I mean, he's nothing special, but I don't want to put too many untested rookies in the rotation. I kind of want them to have a chance to figure it out. Maybe I can trade Nicholas Robin for something here? No. Okay. I think the issue is because so many people just can't afford to trade anybody. That's becoming an issue. Okay, Bernard Mullen is exactly the kind of pitcher that somebody might talk themselves into if we offer him up. Really? Not one team, huh? What if I turn you into a reliever? Does that help? It actually makes you worse. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I guess there's really nothing I want then. Because the assets I do have to trade, nobody wants. So, yeah, we'll just go through the entire trading deadline. Unless somebody awesome is offered. I don't want Dagobert Brown. He offers little to no interest to me. I don't know why it's doing this. Like, the trading deadline is supposed to be passed, and yet it's convinced that it's still happening. There you go. I mean, Derek Morgan is becoming truly terrifying. A real companion to a Makapane. Bonet is getting much better. It's great to see it. We have Bartholomeus Beaumont getting a little better. Armel Marat is still a very long way from ever having a meaningful time in the major leagues, but he is adding velocity pretty regularly. If he can keep doing that, he has an outside chance to get some meaningful at-bats later on, or pitching later on. Calandrini is almost there, guys. I just need this bat to keep developing. But he could very easily replace Crichton Riley without too much of a hassle. Julia is losing some potential. It's not the end of the world. Fournier is getting better. And fear the player's getting worse. Okay. Any changes we can make? Not really. I can't think of any that would really make any kind of major impact. I mean, we're going to be so much better off when Bertay is healthy again that's something that we really have to target. A healthy Bertay just makes this lineup sing better. Which may be an argument for trying to keep him, but I just don't think that's feasible financially. So we will have to consider that carefully. Thank you for your service, Jarvie. Now get the fuck off my team. Bertay is back, and you're gonna be in trouble. Oh, you still need to heal up. Then Monomachus gets hurt. Come on, guys. Knock this shit off. I guess Jarvie gets to come back. Alright, how has Van Sloten done his shortstop? You know, pretty okay. Certainly not perfect, though. And I do genuinely think that O'Reilly is the better player. So I think, oh my god. Okay, it's just a week. Let's sound down Krista. And then bring O'Reilly back. That should help with the pitching, and everything should look really good. Yeah, I cannot bring you back. You want a giant raise, and I don't have the money for it. Can you fucking stop? Seriously? Like, could you stop fucking injuring my players, please? No? No, you can't? Okay. I bet Derek Morgan blew out his arm. He's taken way too long for a diagnosis. That's not an amazing sign. I'm going to call up Andukovic and see what he can manage. Yep. I knew it. I fucking knew it. It's Murchison. Murchison is a little more advanced. You can call him up. I don't know if I need a new team trainer or what the deal is, but this is getting real silly. I get it. A high ankle sprain's nothing to fuck around with, but still, my guy. Quit being hurt. Corey Crone. What a great name. A truly top-tier name. Like, this isn't about maximizing the roster at this point. This is just about, can I get enough warm bodies to get us to the end of the season? I sure hope the answer to that question is yes. But it's certainly not a guarantee. Alright, so Monomachus is back. That's fantastic. Crean and O'Reilly is out again. Guys, I think we need to give the youngster his chance. Franco Calandrini, you're in. I don't know whether you're going to be playing or not, but you're at least on the roster now. We already clinched the division. Get Bertay back. Oh, I did not see that he tore his ACL. Looks like we need a new center fielder. Is it Gabriel Gunter's time? It might be. You can't play center. You can, but you also can't really hit. You can't really do either. Yeah, fuck it. Gabriel Gunter, you're in. Welcome to the big leagues, my friend. No pressure. Can you just fucking stop? Like, I get it, you're old, but you don't have to be injured every 8 seconds. Okay? Like, fucking cool it, my guy. Anyway, yeah, let's put Bertay on the IL. And then I've got to get rid of one player. I don't need this many outfielders, to be honest with you. I think Jarvie can go to the minors. And now we're at our deal here. Our success is going to come from our pitching staff. If our pitching staff can be as good as it were last season, then I think we've got a real chance to make some noise here. That's 2 back-to-back dubs. Oh no, anyway. Okay, no sweep. Oh dear. A Makapane. Can you lock it down? You cannot. Oof. We were a really good offensive team, but the problem was a lot of our top-tier offensive performers weren't even in here. Damn, guys. Hey, I'm not even mad. They got to a Makapane. That in and of itself deserves my respect. Like, Eric Klinger had a fantastic game. Amakapane might win the Cy Young this season. In fact, I think it's very likely that he will. But, yeah, he got rocked. And when your best isn't playing their best, then it makes it difficult to be truly successful. Amazing. Alex Valdez retires. Sergio Gutierrez is back. There goes the Amsterdam Cyclists. Nicely done. Nicely done. Wait, did my scouting director retire? Really, dude? I just fucking signed you. Wow, a 1-year deal's all I get? I won you a World Series. What more do you want? Let me quickly grab us a new scouting director. I do not want to forget about this. Yeah, we can take this guy. That's fine. So how did the season actually go? What went well, what didn't go well? Our offense suffered greatly from injuries. Our two biggest offensive contributors, Monomakis and Berté, both had lots of injuries this season. They're both still fine players, but we didn't have them enough. Ivan Lenglet basically turned in about the same season, so he still looks pretty solid. Keenan O'Reilly actually was a top-tier offensive shortstop, and he just, again, got hurt. We got a nice season out of Jamel David, who wasn't supposed to be playing as often as he did, but a .330 batting average is going to cover a lot of issues. But our real issue was that some of the players that had given us great offense seasons last year didn't do that this year. I'm talking Steunenberg and I'm talking Kirschbaum. Kirschbaum, at least, well, I guess I don't really have much to defend about him. I just love signing players who instantly suck. That really makes my day. In his defense, I don't think Steunenberg is this bad. He's actually been a positive offensive contributor and even wasn't that bad this season. His big issue was that his positional adjustment got wrecked because he mostly played DH. He did play a few games at third, but yeah. So the highs weren't quite as high and the lows were quite a bit lower. So that is something we're going to have to consider for next season. We're going to have to try to find a breakout star to help lead this team once Berté leaves. Because we can't afford him. We cannot. It cannot be done. Pitching-wise, this was a weird season. We put so much pressure on a bunch of young pitchers, and they kind of delivered and kind of didn't. So there's still a lot of room for improvement here. We were one of the best pitching staffs in the league. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but these are very raw pitchers, and I just think they need more experience to be their best selves. Let's not ignore Derek Morgan, though, who actually had a really good rookie season, but he got hurt. And Jacob Jacobson also had a wonderful season. He's actually one of our best players, and he got hurt too. So, our depth was tested this season, and although we succeeded in the regular season, not so much there. And let's not hide something very important. Look at that third number there, 763 and 20. 20 ties. That's not ideal. A few ties go in one direction or another, and we're missing the playoffs entirely. So we still have some room to grow, but hopefully an off-season of development and a few upgrades, timely upgrades, can really make a difference for us. Thanks for watching. I hope you are enjoying the series. If you are, please remember to give it a like and a subscription if you haven't already. But until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.